One is, I want to talk to you about this. I use this, name this segment, Why They Call It ObamaGate. And I want to make an argument to you, not just about the fact that there was this super secret meeting in the Oval Office on January 5th, 2017, just a few weeks before President Trump was to actually be inaugurated and become president. The super secret meeting that was later summarized by Susan Rice in her email saying, basically saying, we did everything by the book. We're so proud of ourselves. But the concept of ObamaGate is really deeper than just what happened at that meeting or whether certain people inside the FBI and the DOJ chose to engage in nefarious activity in, first of all, spying on the Trump campaign, misusing the power they had in the national security agencies, engaging in duplicity in order to get warrants issued from the FISA court. The term ObamaGate, I hope, will come to mean the very broad concept that what you had in President Obama, who served, as you all know, 2 terms as president of our country, was an attempt to radically turn this country away from our foundational promises, the foundation of the Declaration of Independence, of the Constitution, the idea of a country rooted in liberty, country rooted in the idea that you have rights simply because you were born. And Obama, a very radical leftist, a Marxist, a socialist, worked for 8 years to move this country over to the radical left, over the cliff to socialism. Part of the effort, especially during his second term, was to seed, as in S-E-E-D, seed, plant seeds, put people in all sorts of positions in high levels of government that would continue his agenda even when he was no longer in office. He was, of course, hoping that whoever the Democrat candidate would be next would win and would continue his radical leftist agenda. But what Obama was trying to do was to make the radical transformation of America that he promised in his campaign. He was trying to make that, take it down a permanent path where we, the American people, could not undo it. The goal, just like in a little microcosm, the passage of Obamacare. Obamacare was written in a way designed to make it with intentional, interlaced regulations and provisions and laws and agencies and individuals with power, written in a way very intentionally to make it nearly impossible to undo. The point of having Obamacare written that way was to push the radical leftist agenda to have government-controlled health care in this country for all time going forward. It was not written in a way that says, here, we're going to try something new, let's see how it goes. It was written in a way to set it permanently in stone. That's a microcosm of the larger point I'm making. What President Obama was determined to do because of his agenda was a very radical transformation of America down the leftist path. When President Trump won, shocked the Obama administration, shocked Hillary Clinton, shocked the world, many people on the left began to scramble thinking, what is it we got to do? What is it we're going to do in order to keep ourselves going, to keep this pushing? So during the time of the 2016 presidential campaigns, but starting in 2015, the FBI and the DOJ have, under President Obama, have been engaged in a perpetual undermining of candidate Trump, a perpetual undermining of him and everything he was trying to do. And then it led us to the point after he became president, President Trump became president. You have the FBI, DOJ continuing this, undermining, finding a way to make him delegitimate, to delegitimize him, to make him, to hopefully force him out of office, whether through the impeachment or what they thought they could find, the Trump-Mueller collusion hoax. It was an ongoing effort. And what President Trump recognized in the campaign, and again after he won, was that he was fighting not just a few strategically placed bureaucrats. He was actually facing a monolithic, massive, leftist, deep state. Now, Matt the Wonderful, I believe, has a cue ready, has a clip ready. This is a President Trump. He was interviewed recently, just a couple of days ago. I want to have you hear what he had to say about the deep state here in America.
Until Richard Grenell was made the acting director of national intelligence by you, reporters, members of Congress, members of the public had asked to see a lot of this information really for 3 years, but it was kept hidden. What do you make of that? Because it was kept hidden by people working for your administration.
Richard Grenell is a superstar. He had guts, he had courage to do what he did. We have another superstar going in, as you know, John Ratcliffe. He just got approved yesterday, and he'll be taking over as of Tuesday. Richard Grenell's done one of the best jobs I've ever seen. I mean, in a short period of time, he exposed them as being corrupt. Look, they were trying to do a takedown of the President of the United States illegally. It's all illegal. Now, I don't know what happens. We hope Bill Barr is going to be as good as we think, because Bill is he's a great gentleman, a great man. He's got to hopefully use that information and do what's right. But what am I doing? I'm fighting the deep state. I'm fighting the swamp. And I said I was doing it, and I'm exposing the swamp. I think if it keeps going the way I'm going, and Ratcliffe is fantastic, if it keeps going the way it's going, I have a chance to break the deep state.
People, that was the key line that people quoted as soon as that there was with Cheryl Atkinson being interviewed, President Trump, I have a chance to break the deep state. You have to understand how deep that is. It's not just expose a list of people who may have committed crimes. It is the whole big effort of ObamaGate, of what Obama was doing, trying to literally pull the roots of freedom out from this country. So I want to close out this segment by saying there's a great piece on our website, americacanwetalk.org. It's called AG Barr, You Might Want to Rethink Obama and Biden. Attorney General Barr made comments last week where he said, as you heard a moment ago with KT McFarland, it sounded like Barr was saying, well, we're not really going to go after Obama or Biden. He didn't actually say that. Barr didn't actually say he never would. He said, as of now, or something like, as of now, we're not going to have this effort to go after, investigate or try to indict former President, Vice President Biden and former President Obama. But I think Attorney General Barr has to keep a mind open to that, because if you don't root out, if you don't show the world that you're never, ever going to permit this kind of third world undermining coup attempt by an administration fighting the incoming administration, you really surrendered a great deal of the core greatness of America, of the idea of America, of the freedom of America. So I'm really hoping Attorney General Barr will rethink that if the evidence indicates that Obama and Biden were as complicit as it appears.